Good morning, y'all, and welcome to the situation.
Boy, I bet y'all can guess what we're fixing to have to do, but you don't know why.
You're probably wondering why I have glasses on and why me and Phil are in this random field with this gooseneck trailer and 2 new tires. Well, it's a long story. It has to do with why I'm wearing glasses. Me wearing glasses is the whole reason we are in this predicament. But before we tell you the story, we're gonna go ahead and change our 2 tires, and then we'll tell you how we got here. It's the perfect day to do this. It's only like 98 with a heat index of like 147. Feels every bit of it. One down, Phil. Y'all want to see Phil pop some loose?
He told me to tear it up, so I'm fixing to. Me and the big tool. This probably ain't the proper way to do this, but
it's the way it's getting done. It's all about the angle, Phil. All about the angle. All right, on this one, we just changed the outside one because we don't like that line that's on there. Okay. See that line that you're pointing to with your finger?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like that line, and we'll tell you more about that line here in a minute when we get done and get out of this heat stroke we're about to have. But we're changing that one. Well, that's part of the story.
Y'all don't realize the whole story yet, but we're gonna fill you in.
Y'all said y'all wanted more Phil. Well, you got him. You're gonna get a whole video of me and Phil. I know it looks like we're doing ranch things. We are doing ranch things, but this video is not about ranch things. This video is about Kevin and Phil on a epic adventure together that we didn't know was gonna be so epic.
No. Come on, Phil, get in the truck. We're going on an adventure. This started yesterday.
We need to hurry up, Phil. It's hot.
It is hot. I'm gonna let you go sit in the truck while I done this.
This new tire is way heavier than that one you're about to take off, so you're gonna need me to pick it up for you. You gotta watch out for the fender thing. If we jacket it up the wrong way, well, not really the wrong way, but certain situations it doesn't want to come out because it gets hung up on the fender.
Yeah.
Just pull this one out. This one should come out straight out.
It ain't coming. You
gotta pull the bottom a little bit.
Oh. I can do
there you
that. Go. There it is. It's on the rim anyway.
There you go.
Whoa, knocked my hat off. I've got
to go sit in the truck.
Got to take a break. Boys and girls. I'll get up.
All right, so you want to try to do that? You want me to do it?
I'm going to let you do it.
All right, Phil. You hold them while I work.
All right, I got you in the screen this round. Yeah, people, y'all saw me jerking on that one to get it off. I was trying to make it look like it was a lot of work to have to do.
Yeah, Phil conveniently forgot to film.
Yeah.
Me struggling to get this on.
It's got a button on it I didn't know about.
Yeah, it's called the OFF.
Yeah.
GoPro only has 2 buttons on it, and well, Phil hits every one of them.
I didn't know you had to have a bachelor of filming degree to operate one of these things. They got 2 buttons on it. Zoom in, zoom out, on and off.
Yeah, it ain't got zoom in and zoom out. It's got on.
Okay.
And it's got start recording. The rest, you just point it and shoot. You don't have to press any buttons.
When they said get the GoPro, I thought they were talking about me to go in and play football. I was the pro.
I don't know how y'all play football in this weather.
You gotta be young and dumb.
Sometimes I question my life choices and what I do for work right now.
That's true.
It's so hot the GoPro keeps turning off. So Phil and the GoPro are gonna go sit in the truck and cool down. I'm gonna pick all this up, then we'll tell you our story, okay? Welcome to the inside of the office, because that's where the rest of this video hopefully is taking place. Inside the office, away from the hottest summer, not even the summer yet. It's July 2nd? Today's July 2nd.
July the 2nd.
And this is August and September heat.
It's bad, I'm telling you.
Like, look at this. I had to do a uniform change. This is a life lesson I learned yesterday, because when you work outside, it's like you gotta have a swimming pool when you get back in the truck, completely soaking wet. So today, I prepared for it. Brought extra clothes. So you're probably wondering, how did me and Phil end up in a random man's field having to fix 2 tires? Well, it all started because I'm wearing glasses. I bet most of y'all didn't know I wear glasses. I do. Never in real life though. Only at night. I wear contacts all the time. Well, last week, or a few days ago, I got some in my eye and I scratched my eyeball. So now I'm having to wear my glasses outside and put these eye drops in because, well, I've got to heal my eyeball because I have a few scratches on it. So, how does wearing glasses and having a scratched eye lead to me and Phil being here?
Y'all really want to know?
It is the holiday week. It's July 4th weekend, or July 4th week. Boss man at the ranch said, hey, maybe we don't need to work this week because it's a holiday. And I said, that's actually pretty good news because I probably shouldn't be outside cutting trees and doing all kinds of things, wearing glasses and having to put eye drops in my eyes. And he goes, oh, well, that's perfect. And then we hang up and he calls me back and he goes, I've got a job for you. How would you like to not do anything outside? All I need you to do, come hook onto the gooseneck, and we have some feedback there that he's moving to a buddy's house. He said, just come hook on the gooseneck, drive it right down the road, drop it off. All you have to do is drive in the truck, get out and undo some straps. You won't be outside.
Sound like a plan, didn't it?
You mind if I bring Phil? And he goes, no, bring Phil. So I called Phil up. Hey Phil, what are you doing?
I told him, not a thing in the world. What are you doing?
How would you like to go on a field trip?
I said, a field trip? I like field trips.
I said, you didn't even ask where we were going. He said, well, I just kind of wanted to get out of the house. Didn't really care where we were going. I just want to go. So I tell him, we're gonna run right down the road with a trailer hooked to my truck, drop some things off, come right back. It'll be a few hours. No big deal. No big deal. So I go pick up Phil at the house.
And off into the wild blue yonder we go, having a good time.
And when we get there, I change clothes. I decided to put pants on because I knew I'd probably have to be outside in a field like this. And I was like, I just want to have my boots and my pants on and, you know, work clothes just in case something happened. And Phil, what did the entire household do to me?
You're gonna wear long blue jeans in this hot weather, you ought to have shorts on. Everybody knows that.
Phil, Lolo, and my dear wife all made fun of me for putting pants on. Like, why are you wearing pants? And I said, well, number one, I'm gonna be out there in a field, but number two, just in case something happens and I need to do something to the trailer or the truck on the side of the road, I'd rather have pants on than shorts on. Well, guess what? Guess who was prepared for yesterday?
Yeah, he jinxed us. He wore them breeches. We wouldn't have no problem at all if you'd wore shorts. No. Old super prepared over there. He had his long breeches on. He got to use them too.
Me and Phil take off on our journey. We start driving. It's pouring down rain. We're making headway, but we're not getting anywhere quick. And we're driving, moving along, and all of a sudden this trucker is waving us down. Just honking at us, waving at us. It's like, what's wrong with this guy? And he's pointing. So I was like, I better pull over because I didn't feel nothing wrong, but I was like, maybe a strap came undone. Well, I wish a strap would have come undone.
Yeah.
So we pull over and we have blown out one of the inner tires on the duals on the trailer. Well, that's great. Fortunately for us, the rain had stopped, but now we are on the side of the highway with a flat tire.
Nothing else can go wrong is what we were thinking. You know, just change the tire and proceed. Put the new one on and go on. No problems, huh?
I get my tools out and I make a remark to Phil, who's in shorts trying to help me. Sure is nice I wore these long pants, huh? And he goes, nah, 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 nah.
Yeah, I wasn't too sharp then.
So we get my tools out, and this is where our first problem happened. I only have half-inch size stuff in my truck. I now no longer have any half-inch size ratchets, breaker bars, extensions, or sockets that fit these tires because they're all broken now. Well, I do have them. They're in many pieces. So we proceeded to try to break the lug nuts off this trailer and broke everything I own that's 1/2 inch.
We made another little journey down the road.
We unhooked the trailer on the side of the highway and we drive down the road 13, 14 miles and we go to the Blue store. We get all the craftsman stuff that I broke. We replace it with 1/2 inch stuff. We also buy boards because we need to get the trailer off the ground and we're loaded down right now. Right now we're weighing about 22,000 pounds. So we don't have a jack that's gonna pick that up, not loaded. So we decided to get a bunch of 2x6s and we build a little pyramid ramp, kind of like we did in the RV land, you know? And our idea is we're gonna break those nuts. We're gonna back the trailer, the back axle up on the pyramid. It'll pick the front axle up off the ground. We'll change the tire, go on our way.
That's a good plan, isn't it?
Seemed like a great plan. We get back to the trailer. We didn't even get a chance to try our pyramid thing because we broke all the new tools. Don't laugh, Phil. You helped on this time.
I know it.
We broke all the new tools trying to break the lug nuts. And because we're safe, we already hooked the trailer back up so that the truck was holding the trailer while we're working because we assumed there's be no more problems. Now we have to unhook the trailer and go back to town because clearly the 1/2 inch stuff we have in the truck is not going to break the lug nuts. So we go to Tractor Supply and I am now the proud owner of a 3/4 inch drive set of tools.
And the grinder.
Well, don't tell them about the grinder.
Okay,
The grinder comes in a minute.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So we get our 3/4 inch set, 13 more miles, so 26-mile round trip every time we go to town. Drive back to the trailer. We hook the trailer back up because, you know, safety. We break the lug nuts without breaking any tools. This is where it starts to get a little ridiculous.
Tell them what the ridiculous part is.
There's 2 ridiculous parts coming up. We build our little ramp and we back the trailer up on the ramp. But the front axle is not off the ground because the tire that we backed up on, the rear axle, is also flat.
It sure was. It's funny now. It wasn't funny then, people.
But it wasn't blown out, so we rolled it back forward. We used my onboard air compressor. We aired it up, backed it back up on the ramp. Now the tires are off the ground. So we go ahead and we remove the outer tire that's still good and the blown out inner tire. This is where another ridiculous part comes in. We can't get the spare tire off the trailer because it's got a carriage bolt and it is stripped out and just spinny.
Yeah, that was a bad joke. I guarantee if that old boy that put that thing up there and then scarred up those threads, he's probably laughing in his sleep, but it wasn't funny.
So guess where we went? We went back to town. And I am now the proud owner of a Dewalt cordless grinder. And that's how we got the spare tire off the trailer. So now we've made 3 trips to town.
We could drive that in our sleep, I think.
So we get the spare tire off. And here's where the next part. We were high enough off the ground to get the blown out tire off. We were not high enough off the ground to get the new tire with air in on the trailer. So now we're using the jack of the trailer. We've unhooked from the trailer again and we're trying to jack it up as high as we can. We are missing it by like, not much.
It was just a scant.
By this time, it's been like 3 hours we've been working on this. Boss man has finally made it to where we are because he realizes things are not going our way. And he still thinks we haven't broken the stuff off, the tire off. We're already well past that. We're on to other bigger problems. So he phones a friend. This friend right here, who lives, I don't know, about 20 miles away from where we were, and ask him if he has any jacks he can bring us. So they bring us some jacks. We are able to jack the trailer the rest of the way up that little much. Got our new tire on, our spare tire on, and now we are good to go. Right, Phil?
Man, that was the plan.
So before we get back on the road, we decided to turn around, go back 6 miles to a truck stop, and we topped every tire on this trailer off with air because they were a little low. Some were really low, but most of them were just a little low. Air them all up to 80 PSI. Boss man was there with us. We got some drinks, got some food, and said, well, that was an adventure. I'll see y'all later. By this time, it's now 6 o'clock at night. We were supposed to be delivering or meeting the guy for the stuff by 6 o'clock. We've already called him, said we're gonna be a little late. So we call him and say, hey, we're gonna be there by like 8:30. No big deal, still not late. It's still not late. 13 miles later, what happens, Phil?
Kaboom! Boom! Another inside tire down.
So at this point, we now have no spares. We call boss man, tell him we're on the side of a highway, a more inconvenient highway that has no shoulder. It's pretty bad this time, like we can't get away from the cars passing. And he says, go ahead and take the tire. We were able to do the same thing. We backed it up on our boards. We got the old tires off. Obviously we're not gonna be high enough until the jack gets there. This nice gentleman, he decided to come here, steal a tire off his trailer, and bring a jack and meet us back on the road. We changed it out with his tire as our spare. We limped it back here and we parked it, and this morning, the next day, is how today started. We are replacing the 2 tires that blown out. Now we have 2 spares, and now we're finally gonna start our journey to drop off this feed right down the road.
Y'all stay tuned though, because we hadn't made it there yet.
We were supposed to drive 158 miles on this trip. Drop off the stuff and get back home. 158 miles. We started this trip yesterday. We left at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We were supposed to be dropping it off by about 5:30-ish. Be back home well before dark. It's right down the road. Little field trip for me and Phil. So far, this truck has been running 14 hours and 42 minutes since we've been trying to get there. And we've driven 370 miles already. And we're only 55 miles away from where we started.
And we hadn't even got back to the place we started having flat tires at.
No. Needless to say, we're gonna go very slow the rest of this journey.
Oh.
And we're gonna be changing all the tires out for new tires when we get home. So the 2 new tires we just put on are 14 ply. The ones that came on this trailer are 10 ply. All the 10 plies, they're out. 14 plies all around. As soon as we get this weight off of it. We weren't gonna film yesterday because, well, we didn't think that anything exciting would happen, because we're just gonna be me and Phil riding in the rain to drop some things off, come right back home. Halfway through, whenever me and Phil were sitting on the side of the highway and playing a game called I Wonder How That Got There in the Ditch, Phil goes, you know, it'd been real nice to have the camera today. And I said, you know, it would have made for a great story. But hopefully the retelling of the story gives y'all a laugh.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of words that wouldn't have been allowed on YouTube yesterday.
There's a lot of things that happened on YouTube yesterday probably wouldn't be appropriate. I just wonder if y'all ever have days like that out there in La La Land. I'm gonna remember this one a long time. Thing about it is though, we're not done yet. We still got to go unload it and go back home. I hope it is done with, but we're gonna find out. Might be another adventure story.
I hope the rest of this video is very boring. We are gonna continue to film in case the other 6 tires don't want to participate in the rest of this trip. Here we are, day 2, hour 14, of trying to go just down the road. Just down the road.
Let's get to going just down the road. What goes kaboom is round.
You notice I'm in my red shirt again? And you notice it looks like we're on the highway again? You're not gonna believe this, but this video is in fact not gonna be boring the rest of the video.
It's another adventure, fans. Here we go.
Let's go see. We heard it. It's loud. Well, these are good. So it's on the driver's side. We heard it big time. There it is. Blew out the sidewall. So, we have made it maybe 40 more miles since we fixed these 2 tires. We've had our 3rd blowout now, and we were only going 60. So I'm starting to think there's something wrong with these tires, because this is a 2-year-old trailer and they're in pretty good condition. You see we blew the side all straight out of that one?
Yeah, just split it.
You know what time it is. What are you looking at? Don't be looking too hard. Those are the new tires.
I thought that was bad stuff.
No. Don't make it worse. We only got 2 spares. But we have good tools now. We have a portable gas air compressor. We have a hydraulic jack that's air operated. So all we really gotta do, get the stuff out, start it up, jack it up, change the outside tire. Try to make it 45 more miles without another tire going bad.
What do y'all think? Think we'll make it that 45 before we have another one go out or not?
Well, I hope we don't have more than 2 go out, because that's all we have is 2 spares.
That's it.
And I know that one is an original tire for us. This is the one we borrowed from the man, so that's the one that's going on.
Okay.
Because I think there's something wrong with our tires.
Yeah, I do too. If history's any indicator.
I know the problem with it.
Well, I don't know what it could be. I mean, look at it.
It ain't got no more air in it.
It's got a hole in it.
They are straight blowing out.
People, this is what's around and goes kaboom.
Phil,
Yeah,
it's starting to become a habit.
I don't want no more kabooms.
We're getting so good at this, we were able to change that tire in 19 minutes. Come on, baby. We only have 59 more miles. We haven't had a tire last more than 40.
No, but we're looking for 59 this time. Come on, Lord. Help us out.
Oh man,
It's hot.
it's so hot. It's the holiday weekend. I know most of the people that are driving on this road are not from here, but look, you can see we are in a driveway. We're actually blocking a driveway. We gave ourselves the whole shoulder to work on. These people will not move over. It is so dangerous.
Dangerous. Look at the degrees outside.
That's 100, and it was so hot. It was so hot. With pants on, I could not put my knees on the ground without burning them.
I couldn't either.
I had to squat. Every time I put my knee down, it was like 15 seconds and it started burning.
Yeah.
You see, the truck moved over because he knows what it's like being stuck on the road. But this Dodge owner right here decided not to move over. Well, probably because he's a Dodge and didn't have any good manners.
Well, I can't say nothing bad about Dodge guys. They can't be too smart though.
They're in a Chevrolet doing it too.
Yeah.
If you see somebody on the side of the road, move over, give them some space. They're already not in a great mood.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to kill them with your car. Come on.
Give us a break. It's probably us on the side of the road.
Let's hope there's no more drama, because we only have one more chance at drama. Well, actually we have 2. We have one more chance and then we have no more second chances.
I think we need to slow down to 40. I'm not sure.
We are going so slow. We're gonna go even slower this time. Now I think we're gonna go to 55. 55 the rest of the way. 55 for 59 miles. So we'll be there in an hour. There went, like there was no one next to him. Why is he gonna be in the right lane? Learn some manners, people.
Yeah.
Get out of the way when people are having a hard time on the side of the road. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but we decided to stop on the side of the road to check out this ditch, right, Phil?
A beautiful ditch, isn't it?
Guess what? 4th flat tire. We did not make it 40 miles. We did not make it 40 miles. We still have 21 miles to go to our destination. So we made it what? 33, 34 miles? Our next flat. Only now we're on a very, very busy highway. There's lots of cars. We're in this little sort of safe zone. We're gonna change it this time without you guys because we need to get it done and get back on the road. But now we're out of spare chances because this is our last spare. We have got to get this weight off this trailer. This trailer is tearing itself apart.
You know, we've been on the side of a lot of roads here lately. Traffic zipping by us, but this I-20 takes the cake. It actually kind of put the fear of the Lord in me.
Yeah, this one was not good, and they're not letting up on us. They never slowed down. We have a lot of room, but this one was the first time I was like, Phil, you need to go sit back in the truck or something. It was a little sketchy. We worked very fast. I think we got this one done in about 11 or 12 minutes, but that's only because we were afraid. We were actually afraid about the situation we were in right here.
Yeah.
So we have 22 more miles to our next spot. We have now, well, we've blown 2.
Yeah.
2 within 59 miles. This was an inner tire. I actually did not feel this one. I was looking in the mirror and I kept seeing pieces of rubber, and I was like, we're not running over rubber. Rubber's coming out from the trailer, so we pulled over and stopped. Sure enough, we'd blown an inner. I'm not sure when we blew it because no one was telling us we had a problem. I don't know if they didn't see it or if they're just in such a hurry, because apparently right here they're late to something. But we've got 22 more miles and we can finally get the weight off this trailer. Boss man is working on a plan on how we can get this thing home. Obviously, we need to replace all the tires. I checked the date code, they're all 21, so they're 3-year-old tires, and we've blown 4 of them now on a 158-mile trip. 4 tires in 158 miles.
That's gotta be some kind of record.
By the way, you want to update on how long we've been in this truck?
What is it?
So our 158-mile trip is now 17 hours and we've driven 450 miles.
I believe we could have hitchhiked.
Well, this is where me and Phil are. Flashers on, driving 10 miles an hour on an old backcountry road. Do you know why we're going so slow, Phil? You want to tell them why we're going so slow?
I thought maybe you just show them this pretty field with a couple cows out there. I don't know why.
We are 1 mile away from our destination and we just had blowout number 5 and 6 back to back. So now we have 2 flat tires on the trailer. They're both inners. We checked them out. We're close enough. We're driving slow. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get rid of this weight. We're probably gonna leave the trailer here because, well, it's 5 o'clock the day before the 4th of July weekend. So the chances of us finding a whole new set of tires before everything closes for the weekend is pretty slim. But here we go. That's where we got to get to. We're gonna make it. Short, little, easy drive, Phil. 158 miles and 6 tires later. Well, we haven't got there yet, but so far, 6 tires later, and we're there.
I think we can hub it from here. We might be
if
doing
we blow
it.
another tire, he's gonna drive over here and get this stuff.
That's right, it is. This is
Man, this is supposed to be a nice, easy. Phil, we're gonna have a little father-son,
maybe
you know, talk, just hang out and talk about, you know, life and beautiful stuff. Talk about Bob.
Yeah, yeah.
We did a whole lot of other talking. Whole lot of other talking.
You know what? There's maybe one good thing. We got all our bad luck for the year out of the way in 2 days. I hope.
I know some of y'all are going, why did you guys keep driving? Why didn't you stop and change all the tires? Well, where we're from, when you tell people you're gonna do something, you do it. You try to make it happen. Yeah, we probably could have chopped and changed all the tires, but we actually didn't think that we would end up blowing all, well, 6 of the 8. You know, it's one of those things. You don't think that it's gonna continue to keep happening, but it did. But where we're from, if you say you're gonna do something, you do it.
That's the bottom line. We said we're gonna do it, and guess what, folks? We're here. We're gonna do it.
We made it. So for all those that said we should have stopped doing it, well, we're stopping now that we're done with what we said we were gonna do. Hey cows, how y'all doing? Are y'all having as good a day as we are? So, this is how, well, the trailer's not going home. We decided that this is not gonna work because, well, it's 4th of July weekend, or week, and we can't get tires tonight. So, we have left the air compressor and we're leaving some straps. We have the 2 spares strapped down, ready to go, and we've removed every tire off the trailer except the 2 new ones that we started with this morning. So we had 5 blowouts today for a total of 7 blowouts and 158 miles. How's that for math? So what's that average? The average is not great.
I can't do math as a bunch. I can tell you that.
So our 2 new tires to start with this morning, there's one here, one there. It's back on the ground, and we're gonna load up these 6 other tires. I know you're probably wondering where all these extra tires from. Well, this is our original spare, and that is, well, the gentleman that helped us out this morning, that's his spare tire. So we have 2 of those that'll stay with the trailer, and we're gonna go ahead and replace the other 6 original tires. There's only 1 left that hasn't popped. So today we have blowout, blowout, hasn't blown out yet, blowout, blowout, blowout. All these are coming home with us, and tomorrow morning, Boss Man, that's right, Boss Man's got to go to work. Yeah. Boss Man is going to be meeting that gentleman right there who gave us those 2 tires this morning. He's going to replace all 6 of these, and then Boss Man's going to make a road trip over here to his buddy's house, and he's going to install all the tires back on there, and he's going to tow the trailer back home.
All I like to tell you about these tires is they tried. that they couldn't do it.
You're probably wondering, why is Boss Man working? Well, me, Phil, Lolo, and Alicia and the gang, well, we're going to go enjoy the 4th of July like everybody else, and we got plans. So we're going to be taking you guys on that adventure. And well, Boss Man, he needs to come over here anyway to talk to his buddy and to get his trailer.
That's right. Richard's got to bail us out of this one. This one's over our heads.
So anyway, guys, we're going to load these up in the back of the truck. Me and Phil are about to go find a truck stop, take a truck stop bathroom bath, because, well, as you can see, it's warm out here. It's real warm. We're gonna get some food, we're gonna get some drinks, and we're gonna make that short 158-mile drive back to the house, hopefully not talking to you guys the rest of the trip, because it's gonna be a very boring drive.
No offense to y'all, but I'd just as soon this be the end of this conversation.
Hey, you know what? Before we get off, let's see what our numbers are. 158 miles down the road, took us 19 hours and 24 minutes, and we drove 471.5 miles, and we still got to get back home. So assuming everything goes well, let's call it 21 hours. 21 hours and about 600 miles. 21 hours and 600 miles to go 158 miles down the road and back.
I think we could have hitchhiked faster than that.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching the Struggle Bus. We love you, and we'll see you next time.